From the combined crew of blindandroidusers.com and accessibleandroid.com, it's time for your favorite Android podcast. Kick back now and enjoy another fine episode from these fanboys and gals as they navigate Android from a blindness perspective. And now, here's your crew. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 240 of the Blind Android Users Podcast. We're recording today, July 12, 2025, and I'm Warren Carr from the state of Washington.
And I'm John Dyer from Virginia.
Yuan from Lebanon.
And it's Salih Kunduz from Turkey.
Welcome to episode 240. Coming up in this episode, we have announcements, and today we'll be talking about our third listener session, open listener session for the month of July, the last week of this month. And in the Android Basics, we're talking about the security patch from both Google for July 2025, as well as the Android Canary that Google dropped on us. That will be followed by the Spotlight, where we talk about everything Galaxy Unpacked 2025, and we'll see the different devices that Samsung gave us for this year for the Galaxy Unpacked. And to close this week's episode, we have an app of the week, and this week is about a content generation app for those of you that produce content for either YouTube or some other social media sites. That's what we have coming up in this episode. Let's do some well check being. Karen, girl, let's get started with you. I mean, it's always good to start with the ladies first. What's going on there in Lebanon? Is it warming up again? I know last week was kind of a little bit up there, not up there. What's going on this week?
Hello, it's hot this week. Actually, it reached 32 degrees Celsius. I think maybe slightly more. I'm unsure, but it sure reached the 32 degrees Celsius. We are having also some humidity, which makes the weather feels hotter. But yeah, we're just coping. And by the way, I ate watermelon this week. So, you like fruits and you like
wow,
to know that people are eating
congratulations.
fruits. Yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Maybe even watermelon wine. I'm just kidding, but definitely, I love watermelon. I had the first one for this year, maybe like a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't that great, but it was good.
Here we eat watermelon with cheese. I don't know if you know this or you have tried this, but we eat it with cheese sandwiches. So it's slightly weird, maybe, but yeah, here it's popular.
Now that's definitely weird. I've never heard that. I mean, some of my friends put salt on their watermelon, and it just kind of blew me away. But for me, I want something sweet. I want it by itself and not mixing it with all of that stuff. But yeah, people have all kinds of stuff. John, you put watermelon or cheese? Watermelon. You put salt or water. I can't even talk. Salt or cheese on your watermelon. You and Sally, do you guys do that?
I do not. I have tried salt, and I think it's good, but it's not necessarily. I also like it by itself. Never heard of cheese, though.
Well, here in Turkey, we do watermelon and cheese.
Great. So we have the same. We have the same
Oh,
thing. That's good. Neighbors.
Yeah. Neighbors united.
oh, that's the
So,
strangest thing.
is it just like a slice of cheese and a slice of watermelon? You stack them and you take a bite? Like, how do you do this? I'm having a
Well,
hard time even.
like there are a couple of watermelons on your plate, and there are like a couple of slices of cheese on your other plate. So you just eat one and
Oh,
one. Yeah.
oh, so it's just like a
Yeah.
charcuterie
How about
situation. Is that what they call
Yeah.
it? I don't know.
how about just put it in a sandwich or make it into a
No,
sandwich?
no, that doesn't feel that way.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, you guys, I love
You
this
know,
though because I'm
you
getting
know
to learn
why?
something.
You know why they do this though? It's because it helps counteract the let's call it digestive effects of the fruit.
Exactly.
The cheese does, yeah.
Yeah, you know it.
Very interesting. I learned something today, and this is why we do this, guys, because we get to learn something new. And now maybe I'll talk to my wife about, eating watermelon with cheese. I'll be like someone from Lebanon or from Turkey. I don't know. John, what's going on besides not eating watermelon with cheese?
Not a lot. It's been a pretty chill week. I haven't been feeling great, under the weather, as they say. But hopefully I'm on the other end of it now.
Well, I hope you get better. Sometimes that happens. I kind of was getting a little bit of allergy last week after cutting the grass myself. Not last week, this week, Wednesday. So I can see how that could be. Sally, how about you and the squeezy thing? Give us an update. What's going on, my boy?
Well, the update is just installed. Everything's well, I'm doing great here. These days it's very hot over here. It's like 32 degrees, just like in Lebanon. And for today's lunch, I had a filled steak burger. That was great.
You had some steak for
Yeah.
lunch. Good for you. That's a
Yeah,
good
man,
deal.
that was a really big one. And I know you like that junk food, right?
Well, I love my steaks.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about that.
Yeah.
Well done, for that matter. I don't like all that rare bleeding thing.
No.
And now, the announcement segment. This is a segment dedicated to things we want you to be in the know. And now for this week's episode, here's your announcements. Let's move on now to the announcement segment. And this week we're talking about the fact that our third quarter open listener session is coming up on July the 26th. That's the last Saturday of July. And you developers, I'm wanting you to be here. I'm going to be sending you notifications so that you come on. And if you don't, then we're going to poo-poo your app. Just kidding. But we do want to see you guys on here. And those of you listeners, we want you to join us. So we'll be talking about lots of things, most especially if we have developers coming on here and being part of our listener session. So that's what we have. Again, mark that down on your calendars for July the 26th coming up. That would be on Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Help me translate that to your time zones.
So everyone from all over the world, please welcome to this listener session, and we'll be more than happy to have you with us. So please set your alarm and wait with us.
And if you have any friends that you would like to tag along, just bring them along. Like maybe Sally wants to bring someone on. We'll let him bring that person on.
Ladies are like most welcome, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's what is going to be happening, guys. Looking forward to seeing you guys. And again, help us translate that into your time zones. And we look forward to seeing you again because it's always fun when we have you guys. We talk about everything under the sun. And now, the Android Basics segment. This is a segment where we discuss the things that power your device from behind the scenes. And now, here's this week's episode, Android Basics.
We are now with Android Basics, and Warren, over to you about it.
For our Android Basics, we got a few things besides the security patch update that Google pushed out. Also, Samsung pushed out security patches for the month of July. Google, however, also has what we call a very skinny Google Pixel drop for July. I think there are three things there, especially having to do with the circle to search. There's also the VO, something about that, creating video out of your pictures, and there was a third one there as well. I'll be putting those things in the show notes as they're not even worth the mention. However, something big that Google surprised us with, though, is that Android Canary that they dropped also just alongside with was it a day or after the day of the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked 2025. So we have a Canary channel, so it's like a developer thing. I decided to flash it to my Pixel 7 Pro anyway. You can only flash it with a flashing tool. It doesn't have like factory images either, but any more subsequent updates will come via an OTA. In other words, this is a channel. It's going to be there, unlike what used to be when we have a new Android. You had that 2 developer previews or 3, depending on what Google decides, and then the next thing that follows is the beta circle and all of that. Now, with this Android Canary, is going to be a channel of its own. It'll be there perpetually, for people that are developers or, want to keep on seeing what is going on there. Now, certain things from this channel may come to regular Android, and certain things may not even see the regular Android. So if you have a phone that is lying around and you want to try it, you could. There's not much. It's not like this is Android 17 or anything of that nature, but it's just its own. There are certain things that got decoupled from, like in the settings, for example, the well check being or whatever used to have the parental control in there. Now that parental thing is by itself. And then in the accessibility, not too much for those of us who are blind, but those maybe that have some kind of vision. There's a little bit of better enhancement in the magnification process, to where you could even tell it to magnify the keyboard, or so to show the letters better and all of that. So that's what we have in the way of the accessibility. I think there's some other things on there that are mainly visuals, and also a little bit of rearrangement in the quick panel area. I haven't played too much with it because I just installed it, I think maybe the day before. That was Thursday, but then I didn't get to follow it up. So I will be checking that to see what else is there. But other than that, that's what we have. And of course, Samsung has its own updates as well for the S25, S24 for July security patch. I don't have that for my S23. Sally, do you have the July security patch for your Galaxy S25 or not?
I still haven't received it yet. Maybe on Monday.
It could be that maybe because of eating that watermelon with the cheese. You're kind of pissed something off. I don't know. Yeah, but that one also got pushed out. I didn't look at the change log though to see what is new, but there's that one there too. Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews with developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this week's episode, here's your Spotlight.
All right, let's move on to the Spotlight now. And we're going to be talking about Samsung products that were introduced this week.
So this week, though, it was a big week for Samsung, guys, right? So we got that Galaxy Unpacked Summer 2025 Galaxy Unpacked. And, who else to talk about this? We got the Samsung fans. I know Karen's gradually graduating out of the Samsung camp and moving into, I don't know what camp she's moving into. OnePlus or Honor, rather. That's what she's moving into. But you're always, caught up with what's going on there with Samsung, Karen. You want to tell us what we have? We got several things. I noticed, though, that the Ring was not part of the Summer 25 Unpacked for this year. So that's the only one that wasn't there. What else do we have? Also, I don't think there was any tablets. Was there?
Samsung doesn't have Ring, but maybe I will have a Ring soon, right?
So we've been talking about Sally doing some squeezy thing here, guys. So now he's kind of coming out clean and talking about that ring. So while it may not be a Galaxy ring, it may be some other kind of ring, and that's my boy.
Yeah.
So there was no Ring, there was no earbuds, there was no tablets this time around. But what they did introduce were some phones and some watches. Of course, the star of the show was the Z Fold 7. It's come along. This is the biggest redesign in a while, maybe ever, for the Fold. It's much thinner. It's much lighter. It's around the same size, weight, and thickness. It's actually a little lighter than the S25 Ultra. So it's going to feel more like a regular phone than it has in the past when it's closed. And it has the Snapdragon 8 Elite. They added the same main lens from the Ultra, so the 200 megapixel main lens is better than what it used to be. And the bummers are it's now $2,000 and it no longer has S-Pen support like it did in the past. Then they introduced two versions of the Flip, the Flip 7 and the Flip 7 FE. They both now run on Exynos processors, and the Flip 7 that's not the FE now has an edge-to-edge display on the outside, so the cover display now goes behind the camera lenses rather than having a cutout that went around the camera lenses. And yeah, that did not go up in price. It still starts at $1,100, and the FE starts at $900. Then they announced the Watch 8, which comes in two sizes, and then the Watch Classic, which comes in one size and has a rotating bezel, and then the Watch Ultra 2025, which I don't think is much different than last year's. It might come in a new color, but that's about it.
So the Fold, though not the Flip, the Fold, is that not like $2,500 this year? I don't remember the price. Last year though it was like over 2,000, wasn't it? Wasn't like 2,400 or 2,200? I remember, John.
No, it started at 19, so it has been at 1,800 for a few years. Last year they went up to 1,900. This year they're going up to 2,000.
Okay. Well, so maybe just a little, that's not too much of a price bump, right? So if it was 1,900 last year and it went up by, 100 this year, was it 1,999? No, or 1,899 last year? I don't remember.
Yeah, it started at 1,899. I mean, if you got like the 1 terabyte version, you'd be paying over 2,200. So yeah, but the starting price was 1,900 last year in the US.
Yeah, so it was the one TV that I'm talking about that I think is 2,500, 2,499. So let's look at the storage arrangements. So we got, it starts at what? It starts at 256, or is there 128? Maybe for the Flips, but not the Fold, right?
Yeah, the Fold starts at 256, and then you have the 512 and the 1 terabyte. Karine, do you know if there's a memory difference? I think I might have heard that if you get the 1 terabyte version, it comes with 16 gigabytes memory, but the other two only come with 12. Do you know if that's true?
Well, I don't remember. I just remember that they have a 1 terabyte version. I think it's about $2,400, isn't it? So only this is the thing that I remember.
I don't know the.
Yeah, no, you're correct, John. The 1 terabyte one has 16 gigs of RAM, and that's the $2,499, and
which is kind of. I'm a little upset about that. Like any $2,000 phone should have 16 gigabytes of RAM, right? They should not have any version with only 12 gigabytes of RAM this day and age, especially with all this AI stuff that they're bragging about, right?
Yeah. So how about the Flippers? Do they start at 128 gigs or do they start at 256? I didn't follow that one too well.
they must start at 256. Actually, I don't know. I know they started at 256 last
The
year. So
Flip 7 starts with 256, and the Flip FE starts with 128.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
And
sense.
the Flip FE has 128 to 8 gigabytes of RAM.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what was even more shocking than the price increase on the Fold was the fact that the FE costs only $200 less than the Flip 7. I expected it to be like a $600 or $700 phone, not a $900 phone, because it's like
Exactly. For
if
me, that's too much for
yeah,
that. Like, yeah.
I may as well just pay the extra $200 and get
You know what? Like,
the
if it was on like 800 or 700, I may consider getting that, but with that price, definitely worthless.
yeah.
In other words, though, I think Samsung was kind of cutting corners to say, we're giving it to you at a cheaper price. And so you ought to be thankful that you can have a flipper and not paying $1,000 or, 900 or whatever the case may be. So kind of trying to reach a balance here. And I see where they're coming from. But frankly, giving the configuration, the memory configuration and RAM and all of that, probably the sweet spot would have been $699. I mean, we always want that $699, $99 nonsense. Just tell me $700 and call it good. So
There would be a better approach for the Flip side. I mean, they could release a Flip for the A series and make it a little cheaper, like not in the like Flip 7, maybe a Flip something, and make it a little cheaper. So it could be like a mid-range device. But in this way, like it's 128 to 8 gigs, and yeah, it doesn't change if you buy the 256. It's still 8. I don't see a reason buying that.
well, you can be saving a couple $100, maybe eat lunch with that, you know what I mean? So they're trying to look out for people who do not want to spend that extra money. Well, while I agree with you guys, but yet in the same breath, someone, spending that extra $200 seems like something that's insurmountable, or whatever the case may be. That's too much going out of my pocket. So maybe if I have $200 less to pay, it convinces someone to buy it. I think that's what Samsung is
But if
thinking.
anyone is listening to this, who's considering that, because you want to save some money, I would consider the Flip 6, because you'll be getting a Snapdragon processor, you'll be getting that same screen, and you'll be getting better memory and storage at the base model. So yeah, see how much you can get last year's Flip 6 for if you're considering the FE. I mean, obviously you won't get as many updates. You'll get one less update, but I'd probably spend my money on that, honestly.
Yeah, but the outer screen, though, wouldn't it be better on the Flip 7? I mean, the
No,
the
they
low
have
guy,
the same.
the FE. Oh, the same
They
thing.
have the same screen. Yeah, the new screen is only on the Flip set, the full Flip 7.
Okay. That makes all that difference. So, yeah, and most especially if the OS support is kind of like the same, X number of years and all of that. How about battery, though? The battery kind of remains a little bit the same, except that maybe it's a little bit more than last year, wasn't it? Did anyone pay attention to the battery? I just wasn't following too much.
Yeah,
of
the Flip
Samsung
7
guys.
has a larger battery this time around. I think the Fold 7 has the same size battery as last year.
Exactly. The Fold 7 has the same battery of the Fold 6, which is disappointing, actually, because we are talking about, I think it's a very bigger screen, right? It's right now, when it unfolds, it's 8-inch. So we're talking about a bigger screen. And at the same time, we're talking about the same battery, which will have its effect on the overall performance. And 4,000, is it 4,000 or 4,000 something? It's not what you get with other phones. I mean, the phones that are not foldables, like Samsung, the Ultra phone. It gives you much bigger battery or slightly bigger battery. I think it's 5,000. So this will have a real effect for me. Okay, I'm not using folds. I don't like folds. But if I think to get a fold, this will be a deal breaker for me, because having this battery in 2025 isn't something that I want to live with, actually. And they just stated that they were focusing on other things. So like to say it practically, they were focusing on making it slimmer. And okay, they were able to make it slimmer, but at the same time, with the presence of the silicon carbon batteries, it was, I think for me, it would be a better choice if they just decided to include a silicon carbon battery and just make it bigger.
Yeah, because the one Honor just released is actually slimmer, and it has a much bigger battery, doesn't it? Because it uses silicon carbon.
Yeah, so that's interesting, that coming from, Karen, the girl who likes it slimmer and all of that stuff. Yeah, if it was me, I want something heavy, big battery and all of that. But yeah, that was their reasoning for saying that, we're not increasing the battery because we're focusing more on the size and how slim it is and all of that. So there's always a trade-off somewhere here and there. So one decides as to which one is better. Am I better off with a slimmer phone, or am I better off with a phone that has a bigger battery? So for me, though, I always go for the bigger battery, even if it's heavy. Now, that watch, they brought back the Classic this year. I don't know why they took it away last year, but, people like their Classic watches. And, I mean, taking it away last year was a bad move on the part of Samsung. So now we have 3 watches, right, to choose from. I think that's a good approach.
Yeah, this is
on their part.
something Samsung has been doing for a while now. Like the Watch 5 didn't have a Classic. They took it away that year. They brought it back for the 6. So I think they want you to miss it for a year, and I guess they assume people are only upgrading every 2 years anyway. So
I see, John. So
yeah, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? They could sell them more if they make you think you don't have it for a year, and then they bring it back. So
it's a good strategy. So if you're a fan of the Classic and, for example, you are looking forward to it in the 7 and it wasn't there. So now it's here. Definitely you're going to go out and buy it. And then next year, maybe they will hold it back and not bring it again to the 10, and forces you then to buy the Classic 10. I see that, the strategy.
Unfortunately, though, if you are not a fan of what Warren calls the girly watches, then you're not going to like this watch, because this time around it only comes in the one size, the 46 millimeter size. It doesn't come in 2 sizes like it did before. So you have to get the large one if you want the rotating bezel. And I don't think I mentioned the pricing. I think it's Watch 8 starts at $350. The Watch 8 Classic starts at $500, and then, or is $500, and then the Ultra is $650. And then, of course, if you want to like add cellular, it'll cost more. Or if you want to get the larger size of the Watch 8, I think it's $30 more to get a larger size, $50 more if you want the cellular version.
Watches are going up in prices, isn't it? So, but if you like it, if one needs it, then you have to. And if me, who always wants that LTE version, then you have to pay more. I'm not doing any watches this year. Are you getting one, John?
No, I'm not. So they have a decent deal. They offered $200 trade-in for my Watch 7 for the Watch 8. But there's nothing. The only thing. This year's watches, they now have proprietary bands, from what I have read. Like, you can't just use any watch band anymore. And then they're just shaped weird. Like they're kind of the screen is still a circle. Yeah, the screen is still a circle. The actual display is a circle. But then the watch shape under the display is like a squircle. So it's like rectangular, like an Apple Watch. So it's like if you took an Apple Watch but just put a round screen on it. I think it's odd. Some people like the look of it, but I like my round watch being round.
Me too.
Yeah, Watch 7, I think, is the best design out of all.
Yeah.
I mean, even like I've seen Apple Watches or the Huawei watches. I think Watch 7 is doing the best.
And these are and the 8 has, I believe it has the same processor, same RAM, and same storage. So, you're not really getting anything. You might get some new sensors, like they were talking about, some new thing it does. I don't know. It does something new, right? But as far as the performance, I think it's going to be the same.
How about storage, though? Are we keeping the same configuration from last year, or was there a little bump when it comes to storage?
I think the storage went up on one of the models. What was it, the Ultra or the Classic? Do you guys remember? One of them is up to 64 now.
That's not bad. 64 gigs. That's a huge improvement, because I think that last year, 7, top at 32, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it still is 32, but I think one of them went up to 64. I don't remember which. I guess I should have.
Yeah, well, but at least there's that option there for someone who would rather have a big storage or bigger storage. They have that choice of getting that one with the 64 gigs of storage. Up next is the App of the Week segment. This is a segment dedicated to app demonstrations. Should you have an app that you would like to demonstrate for our listeners, feel free to send us the recording of such an app demo to contact us at blindandroidusers.com. And now for this week's episode, here's your App of the Week.
It's time for the app of the week, and this week Warren brings us another AI-related app, Vocalizer AI. You shouldn't confuse it with Vocalizer TTS. It has nothing to do with it. It's about content generation using text-to-speech, AI voices actually. So let's give it to Warren to talk about the app and to tell us what it does exactly.
Hi, Warren here for Blind Android Users Podcast, and as we continue with our App of the Week series, for episode 240, App of the Week, this is demonstrating Vocalizer AI. Vocalizer AI is intended for content creators who do not want to use their voice, but would rather use some other synthetic voice in presenting the audio of their content. For today's demonstration, I'll be utilizing my Galaxy S23 Plus running One UI 7.0 and Android Accessibility Suite 15.1. I am on that play page of that Vocalizer AI and will now navigate to the About so we hear the description of the app, and then thereafter I'll come back and tap on that install and get started. Here's that description of the app.
About this app. Heading: Google Play Store. Vocalizer AI text-to-speech. Details: transform text into natural-sounding speech 100+ languages with Vocalizer AI. Transform your text into lifelike speech with Vocalizer AI text-to-speech and voice cloning. This AI-powered app provides an unparalleled text-to-speech experience offering natural-sounding voices in over 100 languages and accents, including English, Spanish, French, German, and more. Ideal for content creators, professionals, or anyone needing realistic voiceovers, Vocalizer AI makes it easier than ever to create high-quality audio from text. Our advanced AI technology delivers crystal-clear audio, making it perfect for content creation, language learning, or accessibility needs. Key features: Star AI-powered natural voices enjoy realistic, human-like speech output powered by cutting-edge AI technology. Star multilingual support, convert text to speech in 100+ languages and accents, perfect for global communication. Star voice cloning, create custom voiceovers by cloning any pre-recorded voice, bringing your unique touch to every project. Star unlimited downloads, no restrictions on the number of audio files you can download, perfect for frequent users. Star customizable settings, adjust speech speed, volume, and tone to suit your needs. Star simple and intuitive interface, easily input text and get instant speech output with our user-friendly design. Star offline audio, download and save audio files for use on social media, presentations, or personal projects. Whether you're a content creator, educator, or someone with visual impairments, Vocalizer AI makes text-to-speech conversion fast, efficient, and accurate. The latest update includes performance enhancements, unlimited text input, and a revamped UI, UX for an even smoother user experience. Why choose Vocalizer AI? Our advanced AI technology ensures precise pronunciation, intonation, and natural-sounding speech output, making it the go-to choice for anyone who values high-quality audio. Download Vocalizer AI today and experience the future of text-to-speech technology. App info. Version 2025.7.6.01. Updated on July 6, 2025. Downloads 1,000 plus downloads. Download size 2.80 megabyte. Required OS Android 7.0 and up. Offered by KAAF Devs. Released on February 28, 2023.
And that's both the description and the history of the app. I'll now navigate my way back to that installation page and tap on that install.
Play Store. About this app. Button. Install. Button. Pending. Verified by Play Protect. Navigate up. Button. Vocalizer AI text-to-speech. Get $3 off any in-app purchase. Sign up for Play Pass and get $3 off an in-app purchase in any game. Monthly offers for top games and access to over 1,000 ad-free games and apps. Today, July 12, 2025. Edit box output text disabled.
Sorry, that's just the advertisement there for Play Pass. I'm going to skip that.
Claim. Button. No thanks. Button. Play Store. Navigate up. Button.
We're done with the installation now, and I'll tap on that Open.
Button. Open. Vocalizer AI. Vocalizer AI. Not checked. Multilingual text-to-speech. Nearly 100 plus languages accents. Using Edge TTS.
We're now in the menu eye of the app, and the first thing we heard, though, is the talking about the multilingual TTS engine, which is being powered by the Microsoft Edge browser. Now, below that, though, we have a row of other voices that you could select from. And below that, we got...
Not checked. Text right arrow speech. AI voiceover in 14 languages.
And to the right of that...
Not checked. Realistic voiceover. The most realistic English voiceover.
And the last selection below the other one that we saw...
Not checked. Voice clone. Clone any voice. Being updated.
It's the cloning of the voice. In other words, you can clone your own voice if that's what you want to do. And at the bottom of the screen, we come across...
Help us grow. Share. Vocalizer AI with others' heart with ribbon.
And to the right of that...
Share. Button.
Is the share button. Let's go ahead, though, and take a look at how you can interact with these or choose voices and languages. Let's first, though, start with the very first one at the very top, and that will be the multilingual TTS.
Not checked. Multilingual text-to-speech. Nearly 100 plus languages accents. Using Edge TTS.
And I'll tap here.
Vocalizer AI. Button. Detected icon left.
Moving to the right.
Multilingual text-to-speech.
And on the top right corner.
Button.
We have a button
Detected
here.
icon. Refresh.
And that's the refresh button. Now, moving our way down, though, you're going to encounter an ad.
Web view. Launch %3 3D Talker.acre. Main %26 in line.
That's an ad in there. I'm going to move my finger
view.
down.
73 languages supported. Heading 2.
And below that,
English, Spanish, Arabic, Korean, Thai, Vietnamese, Japanese, French, Portuguese, Indonesian, Hebrew, Italian, Dutch, Malay, Norwegian, Swedish, Greek, German.
I just topped it, but you got the drift here. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And below the list of languages that are supported, we come across.
A special feature is added for Arabic language only.
Below that, though, we have some other fields, and let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. We got
input text.
We have a heading for inputting text, and below that,
edit box, input text, enter text to convert to speech.
In other words, this is where you will type the text that you would like to be spoken, and or you could copy and paste if you have it somewhere else. Moving on down,
languages.
We come across a heading that says languages, and below that is a drop down where you could choose the language that you want to use.
List box.
And you tap there, and moving on, next.
Speakers.
We have a speakers heading, and below that, in other words, the voices belonging to the chosen language above.
List box. Disabled.
Because I didn't select any language. Moving on.
Generate audio. Button.
This is the button you will tap to generate audio for the text in the edit field above if you have one. Moving on next.
Output text.
We come across a heading that says the output text. In other words, the text that you typed above that is being generated and that would be spoken, and below that.
Edit box output text disabled.
That output would be here, but because we do not have any text currently, that place is empty and disabled. Moving, you'll have the
audio output.
audio output, and below that though it will give you the duration, and then below that you'll have the playback controls and all of that. But because we don't have anything yet, there's none of those right now. Let's go back though toward the edit field and select the language as well as selecting the voice. I'll now scroll back toward the middle of the phone.
Edit box, input text, enter text to convert to speech. Detected text, enter text to convert to
And
speech.
moving on down.
Languages.
And now I'm going to tap on
List box.
tap here.
Showing English, US, QWERTY.
Tapping on the language selector pops up a keyboard, which means if you want, you could type the name of the language you're looking for, or you simply have to scroll through the list. I do want to warn you, if you're a swiper, if you try to swipe, it's not going to work. So you need to actually just scroll it and use Explore by Touch. I'll now put my finger down.
English.
So the first one is English. And
Spanish.
again, don't swipe.
Arabic. Korean. Thai. Japanese.
So I'm going to go up to
Vietnamese.
English.
Thai. Korean. Arabic. English.
I'm now on English and I'll tap.
Multilingual TTS. Web view. 0.3s. Keyboard hidden.
All right, now we're going to go below that English and select voice.
English. List box.
And if you move below that,
Speakers.
we come across the speakers, in other words, the voices, and below that, a combo box.
Jenny. List box.
By default, we have John's Jenny there, which is, of course, from Microsoft. Now, if you don't like Jenny, for example, then you tap here to go choose a different voice. I'm going to tap to show you what we have.
Showing English, US, QWERTY.
And again, it pops up the keyboard, which means you could type in the name that you want, or you can go through the list of the voices here. And again, do not swipe, because if you swipe, it'll take you out. So put your finger down and move through the different voices. Here's what I'm talking about.
Selected. Jenny.
So Jenny is selected, moving my finger down.
Guy. Anna. Aria. Christopher. Eric. Michelle. Roger. Natasha. William. Sonia. Thomas. Maisie. Libby. Liam. Clara. Liam. Libby. Maisie. Ryan. Sonia. Thomas. Sam. Yan. Thomas. Sonia.
You got the drift.
Ryan.
I'm going to select one at random, Ryan.
Multilingual TTS. Web view. Keyboard hidden.
And now, if we look
English. List box.
and
Speakers.
under speakers,
Ryan. List box.
but just to make John happy, though, I'm going to choose Jenny. John, I'll do that for you, okay?
Showing English. US. QW. Liam.
Going to scroll back to the top.
Michelle. Eric. Christopher. Anna. Guy. Jenny.
Here's Jenny.
Multilingual TTS. Web view. Keyboard hidden.
All right. Now, we still don't have any text yet. Now, the first thing I'm going to go do now is to type in some text or dictate some text.
Edit box. Input text. Enter text. Detected text. Enter text to convert to speech. Showing English. US. QWERTY.
And now I'm just going to voice dictate.
Use voice typing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blind Android Users Podcast, period. This is episode 240 being recorded today, July 12, 2025, period. Welcome to episode 240, period.
Voice input stopped.
I just stopped the voice dictation, and now I'm going to hide the keyboard.
Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Android Users Podcast. This is episode 240 being recorded today, July 12, 2025. Welcome to episode 240. Edit box. Input text. Enter text to convert to speech. Keyboard hidden.
That's our text, and below that we have the English and the voice speaker and all that, but then below that is the generate button.
Generate audio. Button.
We tap, and it doesn't take it too long to generate, most especially if it's using these Microsoft voices from Edge. Now, moving below the generate, we got
Output text.
the output text, and it's going to show the text that was up in the edit field above.
Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Android Users Podcast. This is episode 240 being recorded today, July 12th, 2025. Welcome to episode 240. Edit box output text disabled.
And now, moving on below that,
Audio output.
and to the right of that, we've got,
Download. Link.
you tap there to download the audio, and to the right of that
Share.
is
Button.
the share. Now, moving on down, we come across,
0-100.
that's the duration. So it's hours is 0,
0-13.
and 0:13, meaning it's 13 seconds. Below that now, though, we have the controls, that is the playback controls, speed, and all of that. So below that, starting from the bottom left, we've got the following buttons.
Adjust volume. Button.
Adjust the volume. To the right of that,
Adjust playback speed to 1.5x. Button.
to the right of that,
Skip backwards by 0.6708000000000001 seconds. Button.
wow. To the right of that,
Play. Button.
play button. To the right of that,
Skip forward by 0.6708000000000001 seconds. Button.
and that's the last button. I'm going to move back, though, to the left and tap on that play button.
Play. Button.
Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Android Users Podcast. This is episode 240 being recorded today, July 12th, 2025. Welcome to episode 240.
There we have it. And so if I want to choose a different voice, for example, all I needed to do is to go tap on the list below the speakers. So I'm going to do that one time. In other words, go just tap on a different voice and then show you how you can change that if you don't like the voice that we just heard, and that's John's Jenny. So I'm going to tap on that list box for the speakers.
Jenny. List box.
And I'll tap on Jenny.
Showing English. US QWERTY.
And now I'm just going to scroll, pick one at random. Let's see.
William.
Let's pick William, shall we?
Multilingual TTS. Web view.
Now we have William, but remember, before you can use William, you have to tap on that generate, because if you tap on play, it will be playing the previous one, which was generated for Jenny's voice. I'll show you what I'm talking about by tapping on play.
Play. Button.
Hello everyone and welcome.
There you have it. So you see Jenny's playing it now. Now I'm going to tap on generate.
Generate audio. Button.
And now I'll go down and tap on play.
Play. Button.
Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Android Users Podcast. This is episode 240 being recorded today, July 12th, 2025. Welcome to episode 240.
There you have it. And that's how you go about choosing any of the voices from the multilingual TTS powered by Microsoft Edge. I'm going to go back.
Vocalizer AI. Not checked. Multilingual text to speech. Nearly 100 plus languages accent.
Now I'm going to quickly look at the other choices as this is getting long. So below that, we got the other column. We got,
Not checked. Text right arrow speech. AI voiceover in 14 languages.
so this one is in 14 languages. So if I tap here,
Vocalizer AI. Button. Detected icon left.
remember if you tap on that's going to take you out, and then moving to the
Text
right,
right arrow speech.
and to the right of that
Button.
is that refresh
Detected
button.
icon refresh.
Now moving on down, we got a heading that says,
Input.
and below that is an edit field, which is pre-filled by some text.
A rainbow is a meteorological phenomenon that is caused by reflection, refraction, and dispersion of light. Edit box input.
Now, if you don't want this, you could type your own, because moving on down, we got
Language.
the language heading,
Check. N. Radio button.
we got English there, and if you move to the right,
N. Not checked. S. Radio
you
button.
got S, I think that Espanol,
S. Not checked. FR. Radio. FR. Not checked. The. Not checked. Place. Radio. Place.
that's
not
Polish.
checked. UK. Radio button.
Anyway, so you got those there, but below that, you got
Clear button.
you got a clear. In other words, if you want to clear the text that we saw there in the edit field and type your own, and then below that,
Submit button.
is the submit button. When you submit that, then it will generate the audio. I'm going to tap on the clear and dictate something real quick.
Clear, button.
And I'll go back to the edit field and type in something.
Edit box, input. Show, capital, use voice typing.
Hello and welcome to episode 240 of the Blind Android Users Podcast. We're recording today, July 12th, 2025.
Voice input stopped.
All right, so I'm going to go back, hide the keyboard.
Keyboard hidden. Hello and welcome to episode 240 of the Blind Android Users Podcast. We're recording today, July 12th, 2025. Edit box, input.
And because I had cleared, I will now need to check the language I want this spoken in. So we got...
Not checked. N, radio button.
I'm going to check English.
Checked.
And now below all of those languages, we got the clear.
Clear.
And
Button.
below that is a submit, which will submit the, what I just dictated. So I'll tap on submit.
Submit. Button. Warning. On mobile, the connection can break if this tab is unfocused or the device sleeps, losing your position in processing 6.5 15.8s.
So it's
processing 9.1 15.8s.
So it is done processing, and below that submit we got
Output.
the output.
Download.
We
Link.
have download to the right and
Share.
share
Button.
to the right of that, and below that
0-100.
that's the duration, and that's 0 hours. Moving to the right,
0-09.
so 9 seconds. And then below that, of course, is those control, the playback controls. And we got
Adjust volume. Button.
moving right,
Adjust playback speed to 1.5x.
moving right,
Skip backwards by 0.4.
Right.
Play. Button.
right.
Skip forward by
that's the last one. Move to the
0.4568889. Play. Button.
And I tap on play.
Hello and welcome to episode 240 of the Blind Android Users Podcast. We're recording today, July 12th, 2025.
I'm going to choose a different language just for giggles and see what happens.
R. Language. Not checked. RO. Radio button.
RO radio button. I think maybe that's Romanian. I'm going to tap here.
Checked.
And I'm going to tap on submit.
Submit. Button.
And now I'm going to tap on the play.
Play. Button.
Hello and welcome to episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. We're recording today, July 8th.
I'm not sure if it converted or translated that into Romanian or not, but you got it. If you have the language, you could just dictate in your language or whatever the case may be. I'm going to go back.
Vocalizer AI. Not checked. Text right arrow speech.
Now, the next one we want to look at is,
Not checked. Realistic voiceover. The most realistic English voiceover.
and I tap,
Enabled. Vocalizer AI. Button. Detected icon left.
and then moving to the right,
Realistic voiceover.
to the right,
Button.
that will be that refresh
Detected
button,
icon refresh.
and moving on down.
Web view. This demo only showcases English, but you can directly use the model to access other languages.
And moving on,
Input text.
we have that input text heading,
Up to approximately 500 characters per generate or 5,000 characters per stream.
and moving on down,
Edit box. Input text up to approximately 500 characters per generate or 5,000 characters per stream.
I'll try it one more time.
Showing English. US QWERTY. Use voice typing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 240 of the Blind Android Users Podcast, period. We're recording today, July the 12th, 2025, period. Welcome to episode 240, period.
Voice input stopped.
I'll now go back.
Keyboard hidden. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 240 of the Blind Android Users Podcast. We're recording today, July the 12th, 2025. Welcome to episode 240. Edit box. Input text up to approximately 500 characters per generate or 5,000 characters per stream.
Now, below that we got
Voice.
the voice heading, and below that the selector.
Quality and availability vary by language. United States women sign heart heart. List box.
So if I tap here, for example,
Showing
And-
English. US QWERTY.
we are being shown the voices. And again, do not swipe, but use your finger and just move through the voices. They are vertically arranged And we got
United States women sign Bella Fire. United States women sign Nicole Headphone. United States women sign Core. United States women sign Sarah. United States women sign Nova. United States
Let's
women
choose-
sign Sarah.
let's choose Sarah.
United States women sign Sarah. Web view.
There we go. Now moving on down.
United States women sign Sarah. List box.
Moving on down.
Hardware.
We come across hardware.
GPU is usually faster, but has a usage quota.
There we go. We have GPU is faster but uses a quota. And so if you don't want to be limited, probably you select something else. You select the other one. Let's see what we have.
0 GPU rocket. List box.
So by default is GPU rocket. And I'm going to tap here.
Showing English. US QWERTY.
Pops up a keyboard again. And of course, you could type in the name of the one you want, the model you want, if you don't want to use a GPU. And besides the GPU rocket, we got
CPU snail.
we have CPU snail, and those are the two. That's what we have. I'm going to select the GPU rocket. That's the default.
0 GPU rocket. Web view. Keyboard hidden.
And now moving on down from there,
Game die random quote speech balloon. Button.
if you tap on this one, you're going to be generating something at random.
Game die random quote speech balloon. Button. Clinking glasses Gatsby closed book.
Moving on down,
Selected. Generate. Tab.
we come across generate tab, and below that,
Output audio.
output audio,
Generate. Button.
and below that we have the generate button. So I'm going to tap.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 240 of the Blind Android Users Podcast. We're recording today, July the 12th, 2025. Welcome to episode 240.
And that's what Sarah sounds like. If you don't like Sarah, then you go back to that selector and choose a different voice. I'm going to go back.
Vocalizer AI. Not checked. Realistic voiceover. The most realistic English voiceover.
Now let's go ahead and look at the last one, and that has to do with the voice cloning. I'm not doing that today, but here's that.
Not checked. Voice clone.
Tap
Clone
here.
Enabled. Vocalizer AI. Button. Detected icon. Left.
Of course, there's that left there on the back, on the top left corner. Moving on to the right,
Voice clone.
the title to the right.
Button.
That's the refresh button.
Detected icon. Refresh.
Moving on down,
Web view. Text.
we come across the heading for text, and below that,
Edit box. Text.
that's the edit field that you could type. Moving on down,
Voice reference audio file.
and we don't have anything. Moving on down,
Drop audio here or click to upload. Button. Upload file. Button.
and below that is upload file. Moving on down,
Record audio. Button.
you could tap here to record the audio. Below that, we got,
Clear. Button.
and below that
Submit. Button.
is the submit button. Now, below that, we have,
Output.
and below that,
Examples.
moving on down,
Table.
you have a table of examples.
Text. Column header. Voice reference audio file. Column header. Hey, it's me Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. Type in whatever you'd like me to say. Wizard of Oz Dorothy.wave. Godfather.wave. Paris-Hilton.mp3. Heath-Ledger.mp3.
You could tap on then the submit to go through. That would conclude this rather long demonstration of the Vocalizer AI that I thought was going to be short, but I had to go through this to show you what we're doing here. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Warren. And well, what about the prices? And did you subscribe? I think it has a subscription model. Did you try this? What are the differences between the free version and the paid version?
To be honest with you, I didn't look at the subscription prices. I think though it's like the other ones, and probably depends on what model you're using. But I didn't look at the subscription models. I think though that the ones that are being powered by the multilingual TTS, the Edge TTS, I think those ones are free, isn't it? I
Honestly, I
don't
didn't
know, to
try
be
it.
honest. Yeah, I just I didn't look into the prices. Um, I didn't see. Was there? I didn't see a place there for the price either, though. But I'm thinking, here's what happens. What I noticed that trying the realistic voices, I played with it a little more, and is that if you reach a limit, then it will tell you got to wait till the following day or whatever to to be reset to have new allotment. So while I didn't see the price, I think the whole idea, since it's intended for content providers, what it is that you're not going to be producing content every day. So if you use it, and then it will come back again to where you can use it again. So but I didn't see any subscription models. This is not to say that it's not there, but I didn't see it.
Well, I honestly didn't even check the page on the Play Store. I was assuming that it should be subscription based anyway. But I noticed something while you were doing the demo. Actually, it's that there was a voice, I think, from the last model that you tried. It was an 11 Labs voice, and I'm sure about it. Although they call it, give it a different name, and they call the I think it's the one that they call the best voices for English or something like that. So I think
the realistic voices. Yeah.
Yeah, the female voice that you tested is indeed an 11 Labs voice, and it's available in the 11 Labs application. I think she's called Matilda, if I remember correctly, or Laura, something like that. But in the app, it's called something else, but it's indeed an 11 Labs voice.
I think it's called Sarah or something. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I think what happens with developers who are taking advantage of this is that they give them different names, so to make you think that this is something different. Well, when in reality, is some other voices that you've heard, as you indicated, Karen, from the 11 Labs, voices, but they wanted to have a different name in there. So yeah, everyone kind of gives them their own different names, and that's fine. But if you're familiar with the voices, you'll know who is who.
So just to be clear, this is definitely not an app for like reading a book or something. You have to actually put text in it and have it create an audio file that you want. Is that what this app is for?
Exactly. So the whole idea is that you don't want to be talking during your, content, say on YouTube or whatever site you host your content, whether TikTok or whatever. But so, for example, if you don't speak a certain language too well, or maybe something is wrong with your voice, or you just don't like talking, maybe you're shy or whatever, this will take the place of your voice and gives you audio. So that's the whole idea for content producers to use.
Yeah, or as you demonstrated, if you want to remove the host of your podcast, it would be easy enough just to create the intro with this app, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And fire whoever does it week to week.
Thank you, John. So that's another case scenario here. One could do that, and another one, you could record your voice and use it as whatever, so that when you have a text, it'll be read using your voice cloning. So,
you have to do a voice of you and see how it sounds, and we'll use it for one of the
I'm gonna try that just for giggles. You could upload an audio that you already have of your voice, or you could just record it. They have samples of some other famous voices out there, like someone from the Wizard of Oz or whatever.
We should find out if we can really replace you as the host.
Oh boy, so you guys can get rid of me. Sally, I would like you to clone your voice, or maybe that of your squeeze, and we'll replace you when we're introducing you. You know what I mean?
Well, I know what you mean. So that would be great, though. Right.
Yeah, but yeah, let's play with that voice cloning and see what it sounds like. I'm going to try it and then I'll put it on our Telegram group so you guys would see what it sounds like, and you guys could do the same. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah. All good things must end. Thus, it's curtain drawing time, bringing us to the close of this week's episode. Coming up, though, we give you information on how to get hold of us. Well, with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. And as always, though, John there is standing by to give us some information on how to get hold of us. And here's John now telling you how to get hold of us when you need to get hold of us. John?
To contact us, simply send an email to contactus@blindandroidusers.com. If you'd prefer, you can leave a voicemail by calling +1 307 202 9797. You can join our mailing list by sending a blank email to Blind Android Users plus subscribe @groups.io. You can join our Facebook and Telegram groups or subscribe to our YouTube channel using the links in the podcast show notes or YouTube video description. And you can find all of this information and more at our website, blindandroidusers.com.
Thank you so much, John, for that information. And with that, folks, we come to the end of this week's episode. Looking forward to seeing you next week. God willing, from me, I want to say goodbye and thanks again for listening.
Have a great week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening, and here's to helping to many more episodes together.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. Until we see you next week, don't forget to leave us your comments and suggestions via our email contact or using any of our social media sites. Have a great week.